Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Artificially Authentic with Nick Latour and Raul Rodriguez. And today we're talking about AI agents. Raul, I grew up watching the Jetsons. I grew up, and there's been I love the Terminator. And so, first question: what is an AI agent, and is it going to be like Rosie, the robot from the Jetsons, or is it going to be a T-800? Is it what's an agent?
Yeah, let's talk about agents, and I don't want everybody to believe Skynet and the T 1000 is coming up. Like we I don't want to be fatalistic, but let's talk about what agents are.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Agents are basically a fancy word, a fancy term. Because I'm sure you've heard it everywhere, right? Like agents, and then ask people like, "What do you want the agent to do?" I don't know. I just want an agent. So it's really a combination of a chatbot with automation tools with integrations and a LLM, which we reviewed what an LLM was, right? Which is a
Large language
AI model,
model.
large language model, and it's just an AI model, right? So it combines that with integrations to other things and a chatbot interface if needed. And sometimes the agents can communicate with each other. That's starting to happen a little bit more.
Ooh.
But it's really just automation. Imagine Zapier, right? I know we in our industry are starting to use Zapier more. So it's a Zapier integrations with an LLM. That's really all what it is.
Ooh.
And it sounds simple, but it can be really hard and easy at the same time. It's
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
interesting
Get what
mix.
are what are some examples of how agents could be used for us, for our industry, or for Merch AI, or for anybody right now? I think I understand what you're saying. It's just like another evolution of something that can help. But like, what's a good example?
Yeah, so let's look first at like a generic example to something very easy. So I asked ChatGPT for one example of a basic agent, and it's like book me a flight to New York under $400
Hmm.
for next week. That's a good example of an AI agent. It can go ahead and do that, right? It needs an integration to a payment system or to just like a site like Kayak, right, or something else, or look at multiple websites. So that's what an agent will do. Like it needs to interpret what you're saying and then integrate the purchase, right? When
Wait,
it
so this
comes,
agent has access to my wallet?
it potentially could, right? That's
Oh,
one of the integrations, and there's many different things that you could do, and we do have to be very careful with security. That's a great point.
yeah.
For our industry, it's really in its infancy, right? It can be things from create a project with that with 20 hats, 20 t-shirts, all in this particular Pantone color, and I under $30, and I need it in California by in 3 weeks, right? And it can go and search and integrate with all the suppliers and the shipping companies and try to figure all that out. That's very advanced, right? And it's one of the many things we're looking into and developing, right? But
Yeah.
it can be that, it can be looking at trends like, hey, what are the latest trends in the promo industry? And look at all these different sources. It can also say like, hey, if I change uh, my delivery time or if I change my quantity, can I save more money on this project? So many different things that we could do, but it requires again a lot of integrations, a lot of clean data, which we've done some good efforts in our industry, but we're not quite there yet in having clean data.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is because I'm a guy, you and I are pretty complementary people. I've built a career out of building relationships, people, actual human to human contact. And as much as I love AI and I love efficiencies, do you think an AI agent could replace a lot of what our customers, a lot of what the distributors and suppliers in the promo industry do day to day, or do you see them as more of like an assistant or an additional?
I think it will help them a lot. So, for
Yeah.
example, instead of having somebody look for 4 hours a day for the latest fashion trends and promo trends, you can just have an agent and read the results for 5 minutes. And that's
Yep.
it, right? So you still need that person to really evaluate it and to make sure that what the agent is saying is correct, but you just save yourself 4 hours.
Oh,
Um,
I love it.
and that's where we should see agents, right? Instead of doing a lot of research, can I have it go out and do research itself. So these are going to be great, great, great tools for the near future and the long term future.
Well, that's all we hear, right, from our customers is I wish I had more time in the day to do the
Mhm.
things they do well. Promotional products are emotional. People feel a certain way when they see their logo on something, and that can never be replaced by an agent. But the way you get there can be made a lot quicker with the use of agents. It sounds like, right?
It is, and I think agents are going to explode. So, for our listeners, you might have seen if you're following our LinkedIn page that myself and our chief AI officer OJ, we went to Las Vegas for the Human X conference, which is a new AI conference, probably going to be the largest AI conference that there is. And everybody was talking about agents, and we were looking at a lot of tools to build agents, but the tools are not quite there yet to where we want to things that we want to do. So a lot of the things that we're working on are going to be done manually, right? Like, and there are going to be tools for people to be able to do more of their little agents on a day-to-day basis. But we're also looking into much bigger things, and it's just a fascinating space, and everybody's talking about it, and it's going to explode very soon.
Well, you say it's going to explode soon. What do you, if you could look into your beautiful Raul crystal ball that I know you have behind you on the desk, and look into the future? What is the future of age? Like, um, can, can I build it myself in the industry? Like, well, how do I go about getting an agent and moving into the future with one?
More than building it yourself, I think it'll still need a lot of technical expertise. I think some of the simpler ones will be as easy as building a Zap, right? In Zapier, a lot of you already know what Zapier is. And so that's going to be the case for a lot of you, for a lot of the simpler ones. And there'll be companies like Merch AI that give you the more complex ones and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are
What are we going to do about here at Merch AI? What are we going to do about agents? What are we doing there?
well, we can't give all the details of the things that we're working on, but rest assured, we are working on a lot of we do have in our roadmap to have a lot of pretty cool agents. And one of the things that we're asking the community to do, when if you want to message us over LinkedIn or emails, or if you see us at a trade show, please talk to us and tell us what are some of those repetitive tasks that you love to see being automated. We love ideas. Ultimately, all of you, we're here to serve all of you. So anything that you have that you think like, I would love this, I don't know if that's possible, talk to us. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We've already built an amazing marketing tool that's saving people time and creating these beautiful things. So the next step would be, how else can we help you? Just like you said, man. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I hope there's a way to build a physical agent that can look like Rosie from the Jetsons, because I would love to have a Rosie strolling around the house and helping me out with my daily tasks.
Yeah, isn't that the dream? I was watching the trailer for the new Fantastic Four. They have like a robot that was cleaning and cooking like Rosie, and I was like, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I think I want it to look like a robot, not like a human. I think I want my robot to be like, you remember in Rocky Four when Paulie had the robot. You remember that robot?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want that. Like I want it to be distinctively a robot instead of a
Or
humanoid. But
like an R2D2.
yes, I want R2D2. Even like C3PO could be fine, right? It's pretty. It's kind of human, but it's so shiny and still metallic. You know.
The other problem with R2D2 is I don't know how they go up and down the stairs. I never thought about that, but me being a Star Wars fan, like, I don't know how I never thought about that. But I'm sure space bases had stairs. I don't know.
Yeah, well, George Lucas never showed it because of actual issues, but I feel like I've seen this. Maybe I dreamed it, where R2's legs can kind of submit into each other and then kind of
Yeah,
lift
and he has
again.
the like third leg. Yeah, that goes up. Yeah,
I think, but that's a great question. We should answer that on another episode in the future of artificially
yeah.
authentic. With
Ask ChatGPT, how did R2D2 go up and down stairs?
that's
There you go.
doing that right now. Thanks for joining us. See you later, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.